I think I've just held on to so much pain and so much anger and shame over so many things that are ultimately I shouldn't be ashamed of.
3, 2, 1, break.
I'm Diego Torres-Caso.
Hi, my name's Darren.
My name is Brennan.
I'm a little nervous. I honestly don't do much in front of the camera stuff. I'm typically behind the camera. I hope to overcome the idea of letting others' opinions stop me from doing things.
If one person can benefit from me putting myself out there and sharing, even if that one person is only myself and this just helps me heal a little bit more, then I'm okay.
I hope it'll put me on a fresh page before I start college with some more confidence.
My name is Maxwell Poth, and we are here today working with queer youth, and we're going to be photographing them and creating a beautiful project. Project Contrast is my photo project that has now turned into a nonprofit. I created Project Contrast to prevent suicide rates in the LGBTQ youth community. And we're giving them the opportunity to become the advocates that they want to be, but they just don't have the platform for it. There are youth all over this country who feel alone and afraid of who they are, and a lot of them end up taking their lives. They're just going to leave hopefully empowered.
For me, a lot of my insecurities surround my struggle with gender identity disorder. My voice, it's tough to talk about, you know? Like, for me, those aspects of my body just seem toxic and unhomely to me.
Being in front of the camera, you know, and having dealt with like an eating disorder and just not feeling a lot of worth, it was difficult.
My biggest insecurity is definitely my skin, but it's like my biggest insecurity due to the way that like other people perceive me based off that. And a lot of that though is just me being insecure within myself, because like maybe they're not judging me for it, but like it eats me alive that like the thought that they are judging me for it.
Something I think is helpful to cope with that is think of your friends. Like, some of them definitely have acne, you know? But do you know which ones? Like, I don't remember.
I will make a mistake in something and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so stupid. But like, even though it's just like a word and like I just like kind of write it off and like say it so often, like that word actually has like meaning to it. By doing that, like I feel like you almost like internalize it and start to believe it. And instead of like bringing each other up or like bringing yourself up, like we're kind of constantly like tearing ourselves down.
Even if it's directed towards someone else, it's just eating away at you and your mood or positivity.
Why are we so careful about how we talk about other people, but we don't do the same with ourselves?
I want to let go of the idea that my identity is a disappointment to someone and that I am letting people down by expressing who I truly am.
Constantly feeling like I'm broken.
My voice, my fat distribution, my sex characteristics, my height even.
It's something that I really battle with, the idea that like I can't have a relationship or I can't be vulnerable with people because that would require me to be too honest.
I want to channel that I don't care attitude and really let go of all the things that have been bothering me.
I stop myself from doing certain things because of the idea that it'll be perceived as me being too feminine, as if being feminine is a bad thing.
Just after today, I just want to keep moving forward because I'm not broken. I'm not crazy. Because at the end of the day, I am a human being.
Holy shit. Who do you see when you look into that photo?
I don't know. It's like, I see someone who's like strong, and typically I don't perceive myself like that, so it's definitely something that I want to start looking in the mirror and seeing someone strong as well. I want to look in the mirror and see someone who looks like that every single time I look in the mirror.
It's new, it's different, and it's a side that I didn't really think other people would like get to see like that.
It was just so therapeutic today to just be able to physically see everything break. That doesn't make it all better, that doesn't make it go away, but I'm happy with who I am.
Be yourself and don't be scared to be yourself.
Hey, Unsolved is on a new channel, and now you're part.
Subscribe here. That was my part.